just wanted to make a quick video today about coping with depression. So, my first disclaimer is that I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor. I also don't even have a diagnosis that I have depression. But since I've been going through a lot of stress lately, and a lot of personal issues, I have become what feels like heavily depressed. And I did talk to a therapist about it because I felt like I could not go on. So I want to talk about some things that worked for me, and I want to share that with anybody on my friends list who is trying their best to cope with depression. So today, so first, there's a background about like December. December's been a really rough month. A lot of stress, a lot of changes in my life, a lot of trying to study to start my new career, and just not feeling motivated and not feeling like I can do it. So just a little bit of background, and I'm sure that there's tons of people who are going through something that is equivalent, just equally as hard on their mental state. So, on your heart too. So today, so I've been knowing that I've had to do this. Like for the last week, I've been like, I gotta pencil in what I'm gonna do to get myself out of this funk that you feel. You just feel like you're in a pit. Notification. So, anyways, I have been telling myself for like a week, you gotta pencil it in, you gotta pencil it in. So my first coping method is pencil it in. And then after you pencil it in on your paper calendar, go to your smartphone, go to alarms and reminders or whatever you use, Google Calendar, iCal, whatever, and or all of the above. Just the more the merrier when it comes to getting out of depression and needing some motivation. And tell yourself that you're going to make a date with nature. Now, you would not normally break your date with somebody that you love or your best friend, right? So don't break this date. Put it all over your calendar and all over your digital devices that you have a date with nature at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. And all night tonight, just think about that. Think about how excited you are for your date with nature tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. I picked 2:30 p.m. for myself and went today on my date with nature to get out of the house, to get fresh air. And I picked 2:30 strategically because it's winter and you just want that sunshine on you during these cold months. But like in the summer, hopefully we're going to keep on doing this, right? So when it comes to summer, we're still going to be doing our date with nature and getting our fresh air each day and our exercise. So in the summer, you might change that date with nature from 2:30 p.m. to the morning hours or the evening hours when it's actually cool. Got your morning dew out there, you got your fog that's nice to look at over the lake or whatever. And go to the park, go for a walk your dog, go for a jog, ride your bike, do whatever floats your boat, but make that date with nature. It helps you to become grounded in reality, get out of your self pity, get out of anxiety and worry. And on that note about anxiety, uh, let me just remind you that in Matthew 6 and Philippians 4, I believe, if I'm wrong theologically, just drop it in the comments and tell me where I'm wrong, but just be nice about it. If I'm wrong on something theologically, be nice about it. But I believe it's Philippians 4 and Matthew 6 where it says, don't have anxiety. And now, why would God say that? Because, like, there's some things that we have to bear on our shoulders, right? We have to worry about this and we have to worry about that. Well, maybe God knows better. Maybe God is saying that He will carry our burdens and that we don't have to. And He releases that from us mentally. He takes our burdens from us so that we can be healed, so we can go out and like be a productive member of society, a contributing member of society. When we give our burdens to God, then we can help carry one another's burdens. We can be a better neighbor, a loving neighbor. We can be a better mom, I don't know, better sister. Like when we're not so like deep down in worry, we can help others that are going through stuff, right? So I think that is why God kind of, commands us not to have anxiety, and then, goes a step forward and says that be our, he will carry our burdens for us if we give that over to him through just talk to God about it. And that's how he kind of takes it over. But enough about theology. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say enough about theology. Anyways, um, but you get my drift. You get my drift. You just talk to God about it and tell God that He's, can you please help me with this anxiety? I think that's what God is asking of us in Matthew 6 and Philippians 4. If I'm wrong, correct me. It's cool. It's cool. I can take correction. Oh yeah, and so coping method number 2, this kind of piggybacks on coping method number 1. You went out there, you did your your walk with nature, your date with nature. Coping method number 2 is just don't beat yourself up about it. If you happen to skip it by accident, do it tomorrow. Like, set it in your calendars for tomorrow if you happen to have not been able to get out of your depressive funk today. Every day, it's one day at a time. It's one step at a time. It's baby steps. Okay, so in high school, my personal best in cross country was 8 miles. That's how far I believe I ever got, and I was pretty good at it. I think, maybe, I don't know. But today I did about 1 mile in my date with nature, and what I learned from that is, it's been about a year since I've done any sort of jogging at all, and I was tired. My body hurt. As soon as I got down the street, I was already tired. I didn't time myself and I didn't mile it out. I just wanted my date with nature. I wasn't going to worry about stats. So I was tired about halfway through. I was like, I think I'm going to walk. I'm still a little bit out of breath from the exercise. And what I learned was, you start beating yourself up. Oh, you're slow. You're not as fast as the next girl. My sister runs marathons. So you can imagine in my head, I'm like, why are you doing this? You cannot run a marathon like Maribel. So why are you even doing this piddly little running around the cul-de-sac? It sounds funny when I say it out loud, but in your mind, you tell yourself this. You just beat yourself up in your mind. You really are your own worst enemy. And what I learned, okay, is that you can't do that. You can't listen to that voice that's negative. You have to listen to the voice that's positive. You have to think about what you're going to get out of this. This is your time. Who cares if you don't run as fast as the next girl, or you don't run as long as the marathoner or the triathloner? Who cares? Like, who seriously cares? This is your life. This is your date with nature. Go. Just get out and do your thing. And once you start, amazing things. Now I sound like a prosperity gospel teacher. Once you start, amazing things are going to happen. But actually, it did for me. So I'm not saying that everything is going to magically fall into place just because you had a date with nature. But just check out what happened to me that gave me a little bit of hope. So I was running and I was tired and I was telling myself, girl, why are you doing this? Girl, just stop. Girl, just slow down. And then as I was listening to the negative, my legs went faster. I was like, legs, wearing the penguin pants, legs. What are you doing? Do you not hear me telling you to stop and walk? And my legs were like, no, it's the last quarter mile. You have to sprint. I realized that muscle memory kicked in, and my legs, but from like cross country in high school, were trained the last quarter mile, you just sprint. And my legs, like, they picked up the pace. I'm not saying I sprinted. I'm not saying I'm like as fast as you track girls, okay? Mm-mm. But it's my life. It's my goals. It's my like I'm only in competition with myself, right? That's how the saying goes. So who cares if I'm not as fast as the next person or as fast as my sister or whatever? Um, my legs from oh my goodness, I'm old at this point. It's been a couple of decades since high school, and my legs just remembered from muscle memory. you gotta run this. You can't just jog this. You gotta run this. You gotta pick up the pace. I'm like, oh, legs. I don't know if I can do it, but I did it. My legs got me home. it was it was hilarious for me. I was like, what? What is this? What is this? What is this? But anyways, so like that shows me this little life lesson that you got to start somewhere. Start your life. Get off the couch. Get out. I can't just say get out of depression because you can't. But penciling your date with nature, coping method number 1, and then coping method number 2, don't listen to the negative voice. Don't. You are just working on your personal best, and each day is a new day to start your life. Each day is a new day to do something better that you didn't do the day before. So if you have any, and I'm not trying to sound cliche, I know that sounds a little bit cliche, like one day at a time, personal best. It's a little cliche, but it's for those of us who are going through hard times, you understand me. Like, if you don't have somebody supporting you and helping you and walking through, you're going to stay under the blanket. You might not brush your teeth that day, and you're not going to take a shower for about 3 days. You understand me. I'm talking to somebody right now. They get me. And if it's not you, and you're having like an awesome sauce time in your life right now, I'm not jealous of you. What I want you to do, person that's like having an amazing time in your life right now, what I want you to do is go to your sister or your brother who is not having an awesome sauce time and who is going through something really difficult, and I want you to support them because that's what God calls us to do. God is amazing, isn't he? Because God knows that we have our seasons, that we're all going to go through a depressing season and we're all going to go through a super awesome sauce season, and he calls us to support each other through it. So when I support you, you will be there for me when I need you, right? Hopefully. Okay, I think I'm done. I have like no more advice. I'm just out. I'm out of advice. That was my 2 coping methods. Recap number 1, date with nature, 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, sharp, don't break it. Coping method 2, don't listen to the negative voice. Do your own personal best, day at a time, baby step at a time, and that was it, right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. That was it. Oh, there's a walker. Awesome. There's all sorts of people out here taking their date with nature. Okay, things just got awkward. I don't even know how to end. This is just, I need to work on this. Okay. The walker waved at me. This is getting really awkward. I'm gonna go. I'm so awkward. Okay, bye.